Okie dokie, here we go. I'm gonna record these tonight, and then I'll post them tomorrow because, like I say, I'm gonna still try to balance it out. I try to do 3 or 4 videos, unless it's something really big. I got a whole bunch of Vosh clips that I'm gonna, like I say, I have tentatively 5 clips, but I may have more on the second channel. We don't put them up on the main anymore. Because remember, this one dude's like, why do you mess with him? And, he's like, I'm like, you do have a point. But I didn't want to give it up. So I'm just putting it up on the second channel. Now, of course, my man, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. So, politics. This channel's all about politics, right? I say keep it simple. Now, for me, I loosely call myself a Nazbo because that's what they label me. So I might as well just say, fuck it, I'm going to call myself one. I don't really think much of it. But generally speaking, I would say I'm loosely a socialist. I don't want to call myself ML or MLM because I think that those labels have been so tarnished. It's not worth to be called those things. It's not worth it. Because even amongst the left, they hate MLs. Like I say, MLs are hated. Mud tankies, right? Vosh has destroyed the image of the tanky, the ML, right? So now people call themselves Marxist Leninist Maoists. You don't hear Vosh talk about that as much. But anywho, so yeah, I loosely call myself a socialist, even though Republicans may not like it. But, I've said this before and I'll say it again. This is more of a repeat, but I feel like calling yourself any sort of political identity today is going to make yourself a target. If you call yourself an anarchist, you're just going to attract a lot of fucking cringe. Either people that supposedly want to join you, people that are going to look at you like you're fucking crazy, like the ones at Chaz, you mean? Like I say, so you don't want to identify yourself with any political group specifically, because to me, number one, you're going to be a part of an organization, and those organizations are going to tell you what to do, and you're going to be somebody who merely follows their lead. Now, if you think that you can infiltrate and you think that you can, get yourself to a high position, okay. If you genuinely think that, not just saying, oh yeah, of course, I'm in with them because I've read some stuff or whatever, but genuinely you think that you can hustle and you can get your way up, okay. But if you think you're just going to be some poo butt, I wouldn't bother. That's my opinion. But that's my view. So you have to keep it simple because it gets very complicated with politics. Everybody has their own views. It's like right now I'm looking at Danky Kang's stream where he's talking about decolonization and defeating Western chauvinism in the communist movement. I'll just set the stage for y'all. 4 white dudes and 1 brother. I think that's all I need to say. 4 white dudes and 1 brother. These motherfuckers ain't going anywhere. Like I said, a lot of motherfuckers talk shit, and everything else like that. But in general, I don't think they're going to be relevant. I'm sorry. You can go ahead and think that your party's going to, lead the revolution. Come on, man. No. That's why I say don't get involved. Unless you truly believe it, or maybe you getting laid or something. Like I say, people have urges, but in general, I would say don't. Because most of those parties aren't going anywhere, or They're honeypots. They're honeypots. They're folks that, you're going to get caught up by the feds, right? You're going to, like I say, at least on the right, we've seen this all the time. We saw the Lolberts in Minnesota. Federal informant was leading them. We've seen all these groups get infiltrated by feds. The base, the supposed, I think it was a group that kind of was the leftovers of Adam Waffen. The base, infiltrated by feds. They're going to go to this march down in Virginia, coming down from Canada. Busted. How'd they get busted? Because they told people on Telegram. And someone called them up. Hey, Agent so-and-so, there's 2 guys that are coming down. You want to bust them? Boom. Right? Informants. That's one of the main reasons why you don't get involved with politics today. Too many informants. Unless you want to go to the, to the traditional route and go down the Democratic or the Republican route and, join a bunch of old folks talking about some BS. I've been to one, like I say, I went to that one recently with Beta O'Rourke, in the city I live in. I would say 95% of those folks were over the age of 50. Do you want to deal with that? I don't. Like I say, man, I'm getting old myself, so I understand. But I can understand you don't want to be around old folks all day. I get it. I like to think I'm young at heart, but, anywho. I talk about politics all the time. Most of the time it's gossip or, it's my mediocre opinions, my, avant-garde opinions, if you will. Some of it's backed up by truth. Some of it is just backed up by my own biases. Some of it's backed up by whatever I damn well feel like. But for me, they're studying politics around the world and understanding the motivations, and some of that being influenced by other people, obviously. It's not purely coming from me, I'll be honest. But trying to understand it, at least, and understand where things are going. Whereas getting involved with a party, you already have bias. Because you're in the inside looking out instead of the outside looking in. Because once you're part of a party, you're going to have your biases immediately. And you're going to say, nah, man, I know that guy. And I say this partly by reading this book by Manning Marable about Malcolm X. I always say this book is not great. I understand people are going to say, like I say, there are numerous errors, such as, of course, people were mad that Malcolm X was potentially bisexual. Okay. They barely mention it. They mentioned this old white dude once that busted him out of jail up in Boston. But beyond that, Manning Marable said that the Nation of Islam could be compared to Shia Islam. And I'm like, nah, that's, he also doesn't know what the Yaqub theory is. He doesn't know the Yaqub theory, the idea that, big-headed Yaqub with his 59,999 followers went to the island of Patmos over there off of Greece and allegedly created white folks on there. And of course, they were, it sounds like, I'm making a big assumption here, but it sounds like white people were potentially the first slaves in Kemet. That's why they were created. But they don't want to say that. Like I said, if we really want to go down that road of, okay, well, why'd they create so many white folks then from melanated DNA and cat and rat DNA and all that? Because that's why we have straight hair. And why were we created? If you really want to think about that, it's like, were black folks the original slaveholders and white folks were the, I don't know if I've said that out loud. I feel like I've said that in a video before, but I'm sorry. Oh, I went there. But anyway, the book was saying how, people like Raymond Sharif, who was loyal to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, um, and a lot of these other folks were very much against Brother Malcolm, against Malcolm X, right? They're very much against Malcolm X. They're very much against, um, what Malcolm X was saying, because he was pushing more of a black nationalist, revolution type of belief, whereas they wanted to keep a business. Like I say, in a lot of ways, at least according to what I was reading, I take it all with a grain of salt. Like I say, I try to, but he was seen, Malcolm X was seen as a rebel rouser. He was somebody who was, you know, he was fighting for power, control over the Nation of Islam, and a lot of brothers didn't like that. But like I say, so he was outed. There's a lot of this back and forth type shit. So why didn't Captain Joseph testify? Oh yeah, I've been reading. Like I say, there's a lot of these different folks. You read about Captain Joseph, you read about Raymond Sharif. Is the white man still the devil? Oh man. Okay, let me see here. Holy shit! Can I actually download this, or are you gonna be picky? Let me see. Let me see how y'all are. Let me see how y'all are. This is scribd. I'm sorry, I'm looking right now. I get distracted easily. Okay, sign up successful. You gonna let me download? Oh, fuck that. Free trial. No. You gonna try to take my number? Nah. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that, my folks. What I was gonna say though. What I was gonna say is this: you know, a lot of folks that you think are your comrades, or they think that you think that they're your buddies. Eventually they're gonna size you up, and they're gonna be scheming on you. And if you're not scheming on them, you're just gonna be a patsy for somebody, right? Now, allegedly, they tried to send this one brother to kill Malcolm X. They're gonna place a bomb in his car. Now, of course, like I said, that's all subjective and everything else. Of course, modern NOI folks are like, nah, they denounce the whole book. Who knows, right? The guys that Manny Marable was interviewing, maybe they're bullshit. Maybe they're lying. Maybe they're protecting themselves. Who knows, right? Like I say, definitely when Farrakhan was talking, saying, oh, well, Malcolm X wanted to get back on the no flame and leave his wife Betty Shabazz. Like I said, anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry. But what I will say though, when I'll finish up with is most human endeavors get very dirty. And what do I mean by dirty? In terms of the backbiting, in terms of the, I don't want to do this job, you're going to do this, I want to make sure I get my money, this sort of thing is very, very dirty thing. And politics is as dirty as you can get, because it's a lot of scraping back and forth and teeth pulling to get folks to do just the bare fucking minimum. And it doesn't matter whether it's capitalism, socialism, whichever system, right? Sometimes you got to move heaven and earth to get a bridge built, right? And even then, that bridge may go to nowhere. So, I don't know. I just feel exasperated sometimes, when you see these folks talking all their bullshit. You see these folks like Danky Kang talking their bullshit. Or I saw Dark Sinovia talking his bullshit. Or you see whoever else talking their bullshit. You know damn well that chances are they're not going to have any real power if things broke out. And I'll let y'all read between the lines on what I mean by that. But you know what I mean? Like, y'all don't have any sort of power. Y'all talk about going to, places of work and organizing these folks. You can't just walk up in anywhere and just start talking to folks. You gotta work with them. Like I said, you gotta. I don't know, man. I don't see this shit happen. I genuinely don't see it happen. You know, I think a lot of goofy folks out there saying some goofy shit. If I'm being honest with you, a lot of folks saying some real goofy shit that ain't gonna go anywhere. That's my honest opinion. You know, I could be proven wrong. I could be. I could genuinely be proven wrong, but I feel like that's my attitude anyway. Anywho, I think that's all I have to say to that. Hope y'all enjoy this video, and see you later, and a goodbye.